Dear student, today's topic of discussion is greenhouse effect and photochemical smog. These two topics are combined because we have enough time to discuss it. And for your kind information, this is a part of semester 6 DSC 4 syllabus. Now first I will discuss greenhouse effect and global warming. This is a very pressing demand which nowadays humankind is facing. Greenhouse, in literal terms, is a transparent roof and wall chamber which allows sun rays through it and heat up the soil and plants in the chamber. The warm soil and plants emit infrared radiations. Since glass do not allow infrared radiation to pass through it, in this way energy of sun remain trapped in the greenhouse. Greenhouse is widely used in those Arctic areas where temperature is very low, which is not conducive for the growth of plants and crops. The atmosphere around the earth traps sun's heat near the earth's surface and keep it warm. This is called natural greenhouse effect, which is responsible in maintaining the temperature and making earth perfect for life. CO2, water vapor, chlorofluorocarbon, oxides of nitrogen are important greenhouse gases. Visible and IR radiation, that is infrared radiations, passes through the atmosphere and reaches Earth's surface. About 75% of the solar energy which reaches Earth's surface increases the temperature of the Earth. The rest 25% energy is reflected back into the atmosphere. CO2 and water vapor molecules in air are transparent to UV radiation, but they do not allow infrared radiation to pass through it. The heating of the atmosphere due to the absorption of infrared radiation by carbon dioxide and other gases is called greenhouse effect. If the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere becomes more than 0.03%, the natural greenhouse balance will get disturbed. This gradual increase in the concentration of CO2 and other greenhouse gases increases greenhouse effect and poses serious threat to the mankind as it leads to the slow and gradual increase in Earth's temperature, which is referred to as global warming. Following are the some disastrous consequences of global warming which we are now facing. High temperature of atmosphere which melts polar ice caps, which is likely to increase the sea level, causing large-scale destruction to the coastal area. Second, high temperature may also reduce crop patterns as well as crop production. Tropical rain and hurricane will become more frequent, which will be detrimental for several activities which is taking part on the earth. Fourth, that stratosphere will be cooled and increase global warming to greater extent. And in this way, global warming has a very bad impact on our life. Scientists are constantly trying to avoid it, and similarly world leaders have several discussions on it, how to avoid the greenhouse effect and global warming, which is not comes in purview of our topic. Thank you. Second topic which I will discuss today is photochemical smog. and how it is formed. The word smog is obtained from the combination of the word smoke and fog. It is best known example of air pollution in many parts of the world. Photochemical smog is a special type of smog which is formed by the photochemical reaction between oxides of nitrogen and hydrocarbon produced by automobiles and factories. Photochemical smog is also known as Los Angeles smog, and it was first noticed in Los Angeles in the year 1950. The principal constituent of this smog are ozone and oxides of nitrogen. This type of smog is oxidizing in character because of the presence of ozone, nitrogen dioxide and other photochemical oxidants. It causes irritation in eyes due to the presence of ozone. It is now known that this type of smog is formed through photochemical reaction involving solar radiation. Now the mechanism of photochemical smog is that due to vehicular traffic, the concentration of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon and oxides of nitrogen gradually increases in atmosphere. Nitrogen dioxide molecule, which are good absorber of ultraviolet and visible radiation coming to the earth, start series of chemical reactions. These photochemical reactions are that NO2 react with ultraviolet radiation, or rather you can say it absorbs ultraviolet radiation and breaks up into NO, that is nitric oxide and oxygen atom. This oxygen atom react with oxygen of the atmosphere to form ozone, that is O plus O2 is ozone, O3. Ozone so formed oxidizes nitric oxide to form nitrogen dioxide and oxygen dioxide. Now nitrogen dioxide formed again absorbed the radiation and the entire cycle starts again. However, this situation becomes different due to the presence of hydrocarbon in the atmosphere. In that case, atomic oxygen that has been emitted by the absorption of NO2 and conversion of NO and oxygen react with hydrocarbon to yield free radical, which brings following chemical reaction. Atomic oxygen plus hydrocarbon gives free radical RCO, which further reacts with dioxygen to give RCO3 free radical. RCO3 free radical further react with hydrocarbon, oxygen, NO and NO2 present in the atmosphere to form slightly harmful compound such as formaldehyde, acrolein, peroxyacyl nitrate, that's PAN. These free radicals give back NO2 by reacting with NO as follow RCO3 free radical react with nitric oxide to form RCO2 free radical and NO2. Due to the elimination of nitric oxide, the entire cycle of reaction which we have discussed get disturbed. The consumption of O3 and NO as we see get reduced. As a result, the level of ozone and NO2 in atmosphere increases. Peroxyacyl, that radical, also combine with NO2 forming peroxyacyl nitrate, that is PAN, which is highly injurious to eyes. The presence of excessive ozone along with aldehyde, ketone and PAN etc. constitute photochemical smog. The brownish haze of photochemical smog is largely due to the presence of NO2. Now, thank you. I have also given you the notes of this chapter. If you have any problem regarding this chapter, you just contact me either on WhatsApp or by telephonically. I will get the doubts cleared. Okay, thank you.